Hi there and welcome back. Now I've been chatting to Barbara and to Gar, and Barbara, you've had a great sort of good fun life by the sound of it, a lot of it. Yeah. You've found extras in Hong Kong, worked for a TV company. You now run a very successful entertainment agency. What other kind of work have you done? Have you done any other thing within the same field?
About, I don't know how long ago it was now, it was about 15 years ago.
Yeah.
I decided that I wanted to open a kissogram agency.
But they used to be huge, didn't they?
But I wanted it to be a little bit different, so I called it Stunner's Alternative Kissograms. Yeah. And the reason it was called alternative was they wouldn't walk in with a man with a big hat on and make it obvious. It was a wind up. I used to pretend, I used to do them myself when I was younger. Yeah. And I'd pretend I was pregnant, 8 months pregnant, and I'd go in on a stag night and I would look for the groom and I'd say, "Don't you remember me, John?" And I'd be stood there holding me back because I was in pain. Yeah. And I had one occasion where the guy ran into the toilets because I brought up a night when he couldn't remember anything about it. Yeah. And all his friends pretended to recognise me. Yeah. And I said, you said you'd never forget me. CSA have asked me to come and find you. And
that's just what you want on your wedding day, isn't it?
Stag night. Oh. Or I used to pretend to be Jehovah's Witness and try and preach to them, or I'd go and apply for a job. Yeah. I went one day to a guy.
Oh, that sounds a good one. Go on.
I went to all the fellas in work wanted to give the MD of the company a birthday present, so they booked me. And I went along there, it was about 10 o'clock in the morning, all suited and looking smart. And I said, "Just come to see if you got any vacancies." And he said, "Oh, sit down, ask me some questions." And as I'm sitting there, I'm saying to him, "Don't you think it's a bit warm in here?" And he said, "Well, no." So I said, "Oh, I'm a little bit hot, do you mind if I take my coat off?" Yeah. So I slowly started stripping off. In this office, there was no windows except at the very top. Yeah. And all I could see through the windows was all the workmen's faces like that. And I'm stripping, this poor guy is sitting there getting blushing. I didn't know what to say. Yeah. And I'm saying, "Oh, it's so hot in here." Yeah. And in the end, I thought, I'll put him out of his misery, I'll tell him what it's all about. And he nearly had a heart attack.
So it wasn't so much a kissogram, it was give you a heart attack-ogram, really, wasn't it?
Wind-up-ogram.
Wind-up-ogram. Oh, that
great
sounds
fun.
good.
I used to have quite a few people working for me. We did some fabulous setups for people.
Oh, I'd love anything like that. I love
the best one, if you've got time, just quickly, we did one just only a couple of years ago. I organised it. It was a guy, it was a dentist, and it was his friend who's a dentist on Liverpool's birthday, and he was working, so they asked us to go along and set him up at work. I took a girl, my daughter actually came in with me, and I pretended she wanted to have her teeth whitened. Yeah. When we went in there, I said, "Do you mind if I come in and sit with her? She's a bit nervous." He said, "No, come on in." I had a big bag next to me, and we pretended to be Jehovah's Witnesses, and we were trying to preach to him while he was trying to look at her teeth. Yeah. And in the and he was saying, "No, I'm really sorry, I'm not interested." So in the end, she said, "Well, I said, I find that if I go to somebody's house during the day, you're out because you're at work. So we've come to your workplace of work. That's how we can talk to you about this." So he turned around and said, "No, I'm not interested whatsoever." So my daughter then sat there and she went, "Well, we went to see a doctor a couple of months ago and he wasn't interested." And she took her hair out and she started stripping off on his dental chair. Well, he nearly had a heart attack. And then the door burst open, the cameras are there, all the other dentists were howling, laughing. And he said, "I thought I was going to get struck off." That's brilliant. But I haven't done those for years. That was just a one-off that we did as a favour for somebody.
Oh, that's very, very good indeed. Well, listen, we're going to have a final clip now. Tributes. Are tributes still big?
Certain tributes are. It's one of them. You may get a phone call out the blue and they'll say, "I really need a certain tribute."
Elvis, Roy Orbison, they're all the ones.
Elvis is very popular. But the problem is with tributes, they do charge more money than the normal singers. Yes. So it's a budget thing nowadays because the way things are, you know.
I do a great tribute to Debbie Jones, actually. And I only charge the normal amount. It's great. Okay, we're going to take a quick look now at just a couple of the tribute acts.
Holding back the years, chance for me escape from all I've known. Holding back the tears, 'cause nothing here is grown. I've wasted all my tears, wasted all those years. Nothing had the chance to be good. Nothing ever could. Oh, sing it with me now. I'll keep holding on. I'll keep holding on. I'll keep holding on. I'll keep holding on.
When marimba rhythm starts to play, dance with me, make me sway, like a lazy ocean hugs the shore. Hold me close, sway me more, like a flower bending in the breeze. Bend with me, sway with ease. When we dance, you have a way with me. Sway with me, stay with me. Other dancers may be on the floor, dear, but my eyes will see only you. Only you have the magic technique. When we sway, I grow weak. I can hear the sound of violins long before it begins.
There we go, a couple of rather good tribute acts there for you. Now, Gar, you've just launched a thing called Stage Manager. What is it exactly?
Well, basically, it's a new product that in my sort of design, electronics design company, we came up with before I actually got involved with the agency.
Yeah.
And it's designed for the solo singer or any singer that uses any sort of backing tracks.
Yeah.
And it controls their backing tracks, it controls their sound effects and the lights. So it's it's a standalone unit really.
Right.
For mainly for the artist who doesn't have a sound man, for instance.
Right.
And they've got a remote control. Everything can be controlled by remote control.
Oh, so it's all done by remote instead of
all
having
automatically pre-programmed, you know.
Right.
Yes,
Oh, that sounds good. So when is that launched?
It's more or less now. We just sort of we're doing two versions of it. One is a full one with this. It has a TV screen built in,
Yes.
so you can see what tracks are coming up.
Yeah.
You can control how they start, how they stop, if they want them to cross over to each other at the end of the track.
That's brilliant. That sounds very good indeed.
Well, it's just very strange actually the way it suddenly happened. Just as we're finishing that product, I start getting involved in this. So
Yes.
It gives us a good market for it.
Yeah, absolutely. That's smashing. And you've got the website as well. Is that quite new? That's been
yes, that was
refurbished.
redone. It's actually recently, October I think it was. Yeah, that's right. But it's fully interactive database website.
It's very much in its early stages at the moment. We're still adding to it.
Yeah.
So it's going to be fabulous when it's up and you know everything's.
So people can have a little look to see the sort of acts that you can provide them with and that sort of thing.
That's right.
So what does the future hold for Tony West Entertainment? It's going to go from strength to strength, I hope.
Well, we hope so.
Yeah.
It's been a struggle, as Barbara said, this year. But we're just getting to the point now where things are really starting to sort of blossom, I think.
Yeah. Was it a struggle because of Tony passing away? Or has it been for all entertainment agencies a bit of a bad year? Because of the recession and one thing.
Yeah, well, that hasn't helped at all.
Yeah.
The struggle was really there. It was so unexpected. Tony, we expected to live till he was 100.
Yeah.
Suddenly he's not there, and this agency has got people phoning up, and I was dropped right in the middle because I wasn't actually working with Tony at the time. But he always said he never wanted the agency to die when he did. He wanted me to run it for him.
Yeah.
So I was suddenly thrown in the middle, and I didn't know what he was up to. It's been really difficult. But luckily I've had the support of everybody.
Well, I tell you what, it's been lovely having you both in the studio today. Thank you very, very much indeed for coming in. Good luck to you in the future. And from me, Debbie Jones, until next time, take care.